And all that time I realised that my mic was off. This is how prepared I am for this stream. This stream was originally not going to happen. I wasn't going to do it. But yeah, I am late and, well, late to the game. However, I am here, and that's what matters the most. Welcome to an evening in 10 Forward, installment number 87. The worst planned stream I've ever done. I was toying with the idea of not doing a stream because today was a very, very important day for me personally, because it saw the release of a much anticipated game that I've been waiting for a long time. Resident Evil Requiem. So yeah, that came out today, and I've just finished a solid 12-hour gaming marathon on that game. I am absolutely exhausted, but I thought, you know what, I cannot let people down with this. I've got to do a stream. So it was really last minute. So thank you very much for everyone who is here. I'm not expecting a massive amount of people to show up because I've not really planned anything, you know, in terms of scheduling the stream. Did you stream it? No, I did not. The reason for that is I wanted to avoid any spoilers. I wanted to avoid people coming in the chat saying, hey, guess what happens here and guess what happens there. But I did record it. I've pretty much got, I think it's probably about 11 hours worth of game footage. I recorded it upstairs on my rig, and I think it went really well. However, it's a long game. I'm not going to lie. I went from start to finish with it, so it was really good. It's a really good game. Gooner, you're more than welcome to join if you wish. It is completely up to you. I think I just had a message off of you actually, Adam. I can't at the moment, but maybe later on. Thank you. So yeah, I'll be going solo for a little while. You have Deanna Troy on speed dial. Yes, I certainly do. Don't forget to hit that like button on the stream, and you know, to make up for my tardiness. At Visually Defective, thanks for deciding to do the stream and entertain us. Lord knows the actual show doesn't. Thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't put it in my video because I didn't say that I was going to do it in my video because I didn't want to commit. Because I didn't know how long it would take me to get through the game. I wanted to get through the game to avoid any potential spoilers. And I managed it I finished at 8 o'clock on the dot. So roughly about 50 minutes ago. I'm kind of, my vision's a little foggy because I'm not used to gaming for that long. I think the last time I gamed for that long, it was... it had to have been at least that long. It had to have been the 24-hour gaming stream that I did for charity. That was really long, and I needed at least a day or two to stop seeing the world in pixels. But how is everybody? How is everybody in the chat? Hello, Christopher Snyder. Hello, Gooner. Hello, Stephen Bromby. Hello, Vanzen. Visually Defective. It is really good to have you all here. I do hope other people will join, but again, I didn't plan for this very well. For anybody who is interested in Resident Evil Requiem, I can highly recommend it. If you are a Resident Evil fan, a horror game fan, or anything like that, it is a great game. It's got some things that I really liked and really surprised me, and it's got some things that I actually really didn't like, and wish that they would patch it out of the game. But it was a really good experience, and it was nice to be able to, I wouldn't say waste a day, but it was nice to be able to sit and enjoy something. Certainly after this load of crap that we're going to sit through a little bit tonight. Hello, just another watch nerd. Good evening, all. Good evening to you, my lovely. It is great to have you here as always. And everyone, if you are enjoying the stream, hit that like button for me. That would really help out. And yeah, it's great to have you here, Watch Nerd. I really can't wait to get you back on the show. Another couple of weeks, and this will be done, and we can talk about something, you know, semi-decent, something like For All Mankind. That would be really awesome. And yeah, plenty of other decent shows out there. I might give Resident Evil Requiem a try, probably in about 5 years once I've cleared my backlog. Yeah, I have a backlog. It's called my entire game collection. I've rarely touch a lot of the older games at the moment. I tried to set up a gaming channel. I do have a gaming channel, but I don't really have the time to sort of really get into the kind of content I want to make on there. It took me a long time. I think it was an 8-part Resident Evil HD remake let's play, and it got a total of about 300 views in all across all 8 parts, so it wasn't really worth doing. This episode really broke a lot of YouTubers. God bless. Mephisto, yeah. Mephisto, yeah, it did. It did. I felt that this episode was very telling, in that it was the same writer as episode 1, so a lot of the characters felt like they were from episode 1. It's like the writers, and I said this in my video, the writers don't talk to one another. The writers don't have a writer's room, it would seem. They don't communicate with one another. There's no, you know, there's no character progression. There's no, you know, growth, because the writers, it's all over the place. Every episode differs so vastly to previous episodes, because they're not theatre kids doing therapy. Yeah, I thought the previous one couldn't get any worse. My God, they proved me wrong. Yeah, essentially. It got worse, and it seems to get worse every single time. And like I said, it's just lacking continuity. There's no continuity within the show itself. Excuse me. It's been a long day, so bear with me. Right, so yeah, I've got some stills from the episode, of course, which I use in my reviews. And this, as I've said before, this really annoys me, because this is Star Trek's 60th anniversary. It is also I believe the 11th anniversary of the passing of Leonard Nimoy. Bless our fantastic Leonard. He passed 11 years ago today. I can't believe it's been that long. It really doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it. And it's such a crying shame to see what has happened to Star Trek since then. Since even then, you know, we can maybe excuse the J.J. Abrams verse movies if we were being kind, but you know, Star Trek's obviously not really been with us since 2005 anyway, and I believe the second film was Leonard Nimoy's final Star Trek appearance, so that was really like so many things with the 60th, it's really unworthy of such greatness. Proud to state that I have not nor intend to watch a single episode. Yeah, and I guess that's why people like me, Disparu, you know, as that we're all here to suffer ourselves, I suppose you could say. Lacking continuity, lacking everything. Yeah, I mean, you know, that list was not. It was including, but not limited to, if you know what I mean. Apologies, I'm just choking myself to death. It's the thought. It's the thought of it all. It's such a shame for the 60th they're choosing to champion new Trek rubbish instead of, I don't know, TOS or through to Enterprise. Yeah. Yeah, and that's because of their hubris, right? They want to be the bastions of all things Star Trek, but they're not willing to honor what came before they think they're honouring it, but what they're actually doing is insulting it. Tawny Newsom Dax, for example, which was horrendous. Star Trek 60th was supposed to be something really, really special, and it turned out to be something really, really not. So yeah, this particular slide really, really gets to me, and I really feel like we're not celebrating Star Trek the way we should be, because we just don't have anything to celebrate aside from memories, aside from what came before. So yeah, there we go. And you know, you're looking for something that's better than Starfleet Academy. Look no further than The Rock. You know, The Rock. Gentlemen, welcome to The Rock. The Rock is a great film. Just, would you like me to shoot him again? It's the special bus of Star Trek. I gave Disco a chance for season 1 and 2, but when that episode of that character dying, her crying, then him come to life again, I was like, what the actual F, I'm out. Yeah, that was Saru, and I imagine Saru not dying, and then her just crying constantly for what seemed like 20 minutes. It's like, Jesus. I thought the Matrix Revolutions with Trinity had a long, drawn-out sort of death conversation. This was spoiler alert, by the way. That was just insanity. It was insane, and I have to admit, I as I've said before, I pretty much took a break in between the first half and second half of season 2 of Discovery. I had to take a break. It was just mind-numbing. Can't even remember their bloody names. Yeah, Saru was a standout character. He seems pretty awesome until he got burnified. He got burned. He got burnhamed. And he started simping for her after that. And it was like, oh my God. He actually turned around and said, you scare the crap out of me because you are so unpredictable. And then a few episodes later, he's like, "You're so awesome." It's like he's been brainwashed. And they had some interesting concepts in Discovery. These, of course, they're not capable of executing. Let's say goodbye to The Rock. Okay, so episode open. I honestly think that the future Earth looks like crap. Does anyone else think? It just looks awful in every way it's put across. It looks awful. It looks drab, dreary. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, lighting can be lighting will be different, obviously, with you know, the color of the sky. But everything just looks drab and dross. It's awful. We get the opening monologue with Robert. What the hell, Picardo? It's got a post-apocalypse vibe about it. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, he's got a opening monologue that, I don't know, it's quite generic and blah. And he's talking about the students. They are sleeping. Not even not a creature is stirring. Not even a mouse. Anti-derivative Jill is in the chat. Hello, listening while driving. My word, Jill, you lovely, lovely person. You. Thank you so much for joining this very last-minute stream. I am absolutely exhausted. I've seen Better Future Cities on DeviantArt. Yeah, DeviantArt's a great site. I think I've actually got a presence on there still after all these years. So that's the 31st century Earth. Really? Yeah. Yep. Basically, the premise for this episode is that the kids have still not gotten over what happened on the ship a few weeks back, a few episodes back. For them, it's been a few months back. They still not gotten over. it all, and they're tearing each other apart. They are losing it. Okay, they're not working together. They're very angry. They're pissed off with each other. They're starting fights, and like I said, every character's regressed back to episode 1 in this episode, because it's the same writer that didn't write any of the other episodes. Hence, all the characters have basically reset. Regirl, Reathon, the Screamer, she is back, and she's got a brand new, all-encompassing neural inhibitor that will prevent her from going super re again, even though she's sort of saved everybody's life by taking it out. And I'm not exactly, no one's really sure on what the struggle is here, really. You had the space Reavers, which I think they were just Reavers, essentially. The furries, the Furies, whatever you want to call them. And she popped their heads to save her crew. The choice was they were going to eat her friends, or she was going to re-out and pop all the heads. Seems like a very simple equation. But no, everybody needs counselling, you see. Counselling. This was awful. Twinson, how are you, my friend? Good to have you here. They must have borrowed the P filter from Deus Ex Human Revolution. We have to evaluate their feelings for the 9 millionth time. Yep. As heel versus babyface was brutal on this episode, God, I couldn't stop laughing. Yeah. Yeah, as is great. You could have just made a 5-point-ins review to be done with it, but you held out. You did a great review to watch. Respect. Thank you, Mojo Jojo. That's very, very kind of you. It has been the fastest growing review on the channel. It did very well, my review. I couldn't believe it. I was testing out the equipment for Requiem for today. I was doing that after I'd made my video, and I think I was testing it with Resident Evil 4, and the video had been up like 45 minutes, and it just shot up in views, and it was insane. It reached 1,000 views in less than 2 hours for a video on my small channel. That was incredible, and I didn't really do anything differently than what I normally do. I just got it out earlier because I've had some time off this week to chill out and find some semblance of self. What an absolute complete and utter toss load of Muppets on this show. Yeah. Absolutely. Rather than thinking about their feelings, maybe they can all go and read her definition of the word acting. Yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant and fabulous numbers. Congratulations, Demon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gooner. The screenshots you posted on Discord were hilarious, by the way. Screenshots. Oh, is that the one that I think Al caught it? Yeah, that was really funny. If you're not part of the Discord, get yourselves in the Discord. It's a great place for people to meet and all you guys to have a good old natter and a good old chat. Your reactions, yeah. To be fair, yeah. I think at one point I got to do this because I read it earlier, and obviously I was busy with Requiem. But I have to read this comment because I thought I've got to get back to this comment because it is sort of, it's so strange. It's just it's not a strange comment. It's just it blew me away. Really. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I can't find it now. It showed up earlier. Okay. Yeah, here it is. You might laugh at this one. Right, this is interesting. It's an interesting comment. Genuine question. Why do you keep watching it? Why do you continue tormenting yourself with it? Willingly and of your own volition. You can do so many other things with your life. Are you really this much of a slave to content? You look like you're in physical pain. It's not healthy. You are viscerally mad at a TV show. Turn off the TV, go outside, do something else with your life that makes you happy instead. Enjoy the time you have left in this life with your family and friends. If you have either of those to enjoy the company of, or don't, it's your choice. It really does seem like you've made a brand out of being miserable in a tiny room filled with meaningless plastic crap, bound inexorably for either the scrap pile or an estate sale docket eventually. I know these words won't reach you, but I am an internal optimist, if nothing else. I thought that was... there was a lot going on with that, and I read that while I was playing Requiem. I was like, I've got to respond to that. I've not responded to it yet, but just so you know, I do have a family life. I have children. I have a wife. I have a job. I have my house, and yes, it looks like a small corner because that's exactly what it is. We're in a box house. We live in a shoebox, and I've made the best of what we've got. So I continuously ask myself the same question: why am I watching it? Well, predominantly for YouTube, to speak to you great people, and to try and earn a few extra pennies and what like that, if I can. It's very rare that I do, if I can. And to be perfectly honest with you, I do enjoy the process of making a video. I don't necessarily enjoy filming the review. I don't. Depending on how bad the episode is or whatever, but I don't really, generally speaking, enjoy filming the review. But making the video, that's a lot. I got a lot of enjoyment out of that. Guy gave you the get a life speech. Yeah, Jill. He did. I think there was actually a nicer way. He's actually put it in quite a nice way, but I do. The thing is, I get where they're coming from, because there's more to life than hating a show. But this is an art form. Okay, this Star Trek is art. It's stories. It's people. It's life lessons. It's morality. It's ethics, and it's great science fiction. And we have had it's legacy as well. We have had a fantastic legacy, and now, well, we don't. It's being continuously soiled by this crap. So yeah. Have you looked into Star Trek Across the Unknown? A great game, in my opinion. Almost done it with my first run on Year of Hell. Is that the Voyager game? Yeah, I've heard about this. That's actually out on console. I didn't know it was out on console. And I asked Watch Nerd. I've still not listened to her response yet, but I will have to have a look at it. Yeah, it was a good review, but I could see your pain in your face, but you held and got a solid representation of the episode out there. I appreciate that. I think it was probably one of my more accurate ones, because I don't know whether my attention, I think it was just because it was earlier in the day and I was less tired. I hadn't been at work, obviously. Gooner with a £10 super chat, sir. That's not necessary. Thank you very much, though. For all your hard work and dedication, what you do for building this community. My friend, that is wonderful. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Star Trek is important, yeah. Hello, dearest. Honestly, you did look totally drained from the experience of that episode. Yeah, there were moments where I sort of got exasperated rather badly. I can understand they get a live speech, but it also is what it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, PC and console for Voyager game is good fun, just hard. Yeah, I kind of figured you needed a little bit of patience and attention to play that game. Also, bear in mind, the more people would be watching this bullshit if it wasn't for suffering YouTubers. Well, to be fair, I think only the curious ones would. Only the curious ones would. I should say could be watching this bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Right. So yeah, Miss Ree's back. She's back from a coma. Everyone's looking at her like they hate her. And I cannot figure out why. Why are people looking at her like they hate her? She's saved their lives on the Miyazaki, whatever it is called. She saved their fucking lives. Why? What has she done wrong? What did she do? I mean, she read out and blew all their heads up. The bad guys. She saved lives. Why is everybody looking at her like she's a piece of shit? I mean, you know, she's in this show, so that's a starting point. But everyone's giving her the eye. And she's been basically sent over to Starfleet Academy rather than the War College, because the War College is just too much read for them to handle, and she needs a more stable, less authoritative approach, perhaps. I don't know. Who cares? Picardo and Mumbles, we'll call them Mumbles, saying, look, you know, you've got Fifis, and we need to make sure that we look after those Fifis, and the War College can't look after those Fifis, and all the kids are starting fights and everything. We really need to get a counselor in. Yeah, Darren, the glitter puker, he goes back to being a complete and utter arse again, because it's episode 1 all over again. The writing and the characters have been completely reset. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good state to be in. So the kids are in a battle simulation. Okay, so they're battling. It's not a battle simulation. They're flying through a fucking asteroid field. That's right. They're flying through an asteroid field. And there's just these one-off lines of dialogue from everybody. Tractor beam, where is it? Weapons, where are they? Shields up, I don't know how. They're completely dysfunctional. But that's what they're like anyway. But they can't do anything. They can't do anything. Right. They're not working together cohesively as a team. But Jet Reno's on the bridge. Yeah? Supposedly leading this simulation. So here's the thing. These kids have got to get through this simulation, this asteroid, giant game of asteroids, whatever it is. They're just in an asteroid field. So they've got to get through this situation. But she's sitting in the captain's chair, which means she's in charge, which means she should be giving out the instructions and they should be following it. But that's not what happens. What happens is they're going, I don't know, what's going on? Oh my God, I don't know. It's honestly, it was kind of funny. Just like the Magnificent Ferengi when they're trying to free Moogie in that simulation. And they just keep running into walls and everything. It was like that. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Why are you confused as to where the shields are? It's just ridiculous. Utterly stupid. They failed the simulation because they're idiots. Just like, there it is. They're going, I don't know where. The Klingons going, I don't know. There's a breeze up my skirt. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they get completely useless. Congratulations, you're all dead. I only wish it were bloody true with these characters. Oh God, the Magnificent Ferengi. Yeah, fantastic episode. So much fun. And really, I think it's one of the best Ferengi episodes. But yeah, Jet Reno's like, oh, congratulations, you're dead and stupid. and not in that order. Oh boy, they did mess that simulation up. Just wish it wasn't a simulation. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Clayton Rumley is in the chat, everybody. Much love to Clayton Rumley. Don't forget to pop over to Amazon and buy his book, Holocene. Fantastic book. Finished it in 2 sittings, and I barely read. I absolutely loved that book. It was brilliant. I can't wait for number 2 and number 3. This really feels like if the episode happened at all, it should have happened right after episode 6. Yeah, almost immediately after the Miyazaki, whatever it's called, and then after this they go on a break. You know, they go on spring break. It's like the episodes are out of order, but it's just ridiculous. The teachers don't even know how command works. They should have had assignments and someone acting as captain. That's the whole point of the simulation. Yeah, exactly. Jet Reno's sitting there, and she should be barking orders at them. They should be following them. And if it was a simulation where they get tested on their command abilities, well, one of them should have been in charge. Like I said, completely dysfunctional. The writers have no idea what they're writing. They're not writing Star Trek. They're writing 90210, but they don't understand the rules. You know, it's like Tuvok. You know, you can't write a character outside the established parameters of what that character is. Ergo, you can't have Janeway, in the same way Janeway, executing members of a crew. Or executing people. It just doesn't sit within a character. Tuvix, on the other hand, but it doesn't sit within a character. So it's was it the dictates of poetics? You can't write outside of the characters, and that's what they do all the time on this show. They write outside the universe. They write outside of logic. It's utterly ridiculous. Oh, I've not seen that name before. I can't read that one. Itella Merchant. Make masculinity great again. How are you, my friend? It's good to have you here. Thanks for the plug, says Clayton Rumley. Funny how Caleb knows how to do everything but couldn't operate his part of the ship. Yeah, he's like master hacker, and he can't even operate his part of the ship. Ridiculous. Reno just sitting there all smug for the failure after the most stupid line by our fierce warrior, so she can execute her stupid line the writers think is clever and funny. Yeah, exactly. It's just setup lines. That's all it is, and it's designed to elevate Reno, but it doesn't. It just makes it look stupid. Tuvok constantly cracking jokes because he's a lolcan. Yeah, exactly. You know, you wouldn't have you if you want to write Tuvok making jokes, then you have to remove an element of his character, and the way you do that is you damage his logic centers. You know, if you want him to act out of character, then you have to get him to meld with Lon Suda. You know, damage his logic centers, have him possessed by an alien. There has to be some sort of mechanic there for you to change his character. That's writing 101. But you can't just change. You can't change the way someone behaves simply because it needs to fit your story. It's not character writing at all. It's drivel, absolute drivel. Mumbles and Picardo are still talking, still saying, "Oh, you know, she'll be coming. I've got help coming." We all know who that is, ladies and gentlemen. They all assemble for a class because they're all useless. This is the failure class. This is the useless lot. I would probably like the show, you know, to have some different writers and write some different characters. Maybe some of those background characters. Maybe that Ferengi monster mutated thing can have some spoken lines. They destroyed the old patriarchy of Star Trek and tried to replace it with modern feminism. It failed. Well, I think, yeah, the thing is you've got female writers, which is great, because, you know, Jerry Taylor, fantastic, you know, and oh my crikey, most of the Buffy writers were female. Jaina Spenson, she was a good writer. It's not really, to me, it's not really about the gender. It's about the fact that they're not science fiction writers. Mojo Jojo with a £2 super chat, thank you very much. It's not much, but we'll keep the lights on an hour. My friend, you really don't need to, but thank you so much for that. It's not much, mate. It's wonderful. So thank you. Yeah, you can have solid writers. It doesn't matter who they are, as long as they know what they're good writers and they're writing the genre that they know. If you're coming in and writing for Star Trek, you should know Star Trek, but they don't know Star Trek, and many people are pointing this out. And I did already know that Kurtzman said he didn't want Star Trek writers. He wanted his writers to push his agenda, because Star Trek writers wouldn't write this crap. Where the rest of their cohort, like the nerd with glasses? Yeah, Jane Spenson, Martin Oxon, they were and are great writers. Yeah, exactly. You know, and they built the universe. This is why a lot of reboots are failing. Okay, this is why a lot of reboots and sequels are failing. This is why they should never touch Firefly. And I don't know whether you saw that thing between Nathan Fillion and what's her name? Gina Torres, I think, where he's knocking on a trailer and he's saying it's time. And I'm thinking, no, you don't. No. Why? Because Joss Whedon's out. Okay, he's pretty much out of everything these days. For whatever reason, I'm not getting into it. Joss Whedon's not going to write it, ergo it's not Firefly. And that's the thing. Joss Whedon's not going to write that. We got Star Trek writers writing Star Trek. You haven't got, I don't think you've got X-Files writers writing the new X-Files. You haven't got Buffy writers writing the sequel. So it's not going to be the same show. It creates a bit of a problem, doesn't it? Creates a bit of a problem. Anyway, moving on. My God, I'm tired. Moving on. The Klingons got a cold. He has a space cold. 1,000 years in the future, they can't suppress a cold. So they quarantine him. And again, in 20th century standards, you have a cold, it's the whole, you've got to isolate, otherwise it will spread. Medicine's moved on, even now. In the 32nd century, are you not telling me that they can't create some sort of suppressant that would prevent you from spreading your illness? It's just that, again, they're not science fiction writers. They're just thinking in modern terms, modern terminology, modern circumstances. It's ridiculous. I thought the assignment was for everyone to select a play. Why did only Sam and Jaden do the work? Well, Jaden got kicked out of the bloody class because he had a cold. And he's constantly sneezing. And Sam, well, I mean, she's bloody inexplicable anyway. The fact that they spent 200 years making a hologram. It took them 200 years to make Sam. 200 years to make that. Oh, God. Oh, my word. Right, okay. So, Regal's back and Caleb's really happy about it. He's like, yes, my squeeze has returned. And she doesn't sit with him because she's mad with him or indifferent to him. I don't know what she is. She's just like, oh yeah, you didn't message me for like ages, and now I'm not going to talk to you. I'm literally gonna give you the worst case of RBF I have seen in a long time. And in, of course, pops Sylvia Tilly. What was even the relevance of that non-plot line of a cold, unless it was going to lead to something more sinister? I probably scheduling conflicts. Maybe he had interviews to do. I don't know. They just, it's like they wrote him out for most of the episodes. Ridiculous. Tilly is back, and she says you're gonna learn about plays and feelings, because I'm from the Discovery and we talk about feelings all the time, and we tell each other how awesome we are, and we all every Sunday praise the space Jesus. That's all they know how to do. Somehow Tilly returned. Oh no. Yeah, somehow Tilly returned. 200 years to refine the most brilliant piece of turd in history of turds. Okay. So, yeah, Mary Wiseman, before she lost a lot of weight, didn't she? She lost a lot of weight, Mary Wiseman. I think that's her name, isn't it? Anyway, Sam, believe it or not, is like teacher's pet. She's star pupil, and Tilly likes Sam because she's all fun and awkward and silly and just like Tilly. And they pick a play. I can't recall what it was, and I didn't really care, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh god, it was painful. I think it's literally just seeing her again that's made it so bloody painful and horrible. God. I mean, look at that face. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the super zoom in. There we go. Oh, I can hold everyone to ransom now and just say, "Ha! Give me super chats or it stays on the screen." I wouldn't do that to you, of course, but it puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again. No, I wouldn't be that cruel. Oh my god. Just hold you all to ransom. Right, let's get her off the screen. Oh yeah, so Sam's like the favourite, but she's she claps like a seal, and get that goblin off the screen, DM, for the love of till he invokes my trauma. That I experienced from watching Discovery. Yeah, exactly. In all the Goblin Hour orange backlit shots she's in, her hair disappears into the background. Yeah, it does. Take it away, DM, please. I came in when showing the face of evil. Angels Pierre, how are you? Starfleet Academy has turned into Glee or High School Musical in space. When they do, then start dancing, then I'll accept that. For right now, it's just piss poor writing. Oh no, yeah, there she goes. Look, hello, it's me. I need to be the center of attention. I'm gonna clap like a seal. R R R R R R R. Dear Lord. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she's reading super fast because her eyes glow, and that's part of what makes her an android-gram. God. They don't even know how to visually represent anything. I like the 90s stuff because it was so wonderfully simple. Hologram appeared, hologram disappeared. You know, the Doctor, for example. Take the Doctor. He was able to allow things to pass through him. He was allowed to be solid because it's photons and force fields. Holograms now, they have android eyes. I don't know why. It's like they can't visualize anything because they have to visualize stuff because they can't intelligently explain it away. You know, it's literally she could get the page and the pad and just go and flick page. Let's say it was a Kindle, she could just flick the pages and read the entire thing, or she could, I don't know, maybe just download it into her mind. But no, they have to show her looking at things, a still pad, and looking at things with her robotic android eyes. I have never seen such a horrible self-insert fanfiction in this episode. Praise be to Space King. Sam has got a pillow. It's ugly as hell, and it looks like just crap. And she dropped Genesis' toothbrush in the toilet. She's talking and saying, I'm so awkward. You want to be friends, and I think you and I should be friends. And I don't really remember a lot of the dialogue in this bit because it's just completely unimportant. Sam's still glitching. She's still glitching. She went to the tech guys and they didn't solve the glitch. They didn't do a very good job patching her up, and she's still glitching. And she's hiding it from everybody because, well, what do you do? So Tilly comes in and sees Mumbles and Reno, because it's got to be like a girl party where they all get together, and basically, Tilly wants to give Reno a hug. She makes a comment about putting underwear on her butt. She's a hologram, presumably her clothes are holographic. Yeah. And again, it's not very well explained. So you remember the Next Generation when, especially the Moriarty episodes, but there are other references in there to the holodeck technology and how nothing can exist off the grid because it's outside the range of projection. There's no logical explanation given in this show about how Sam is able to be. Now, in this episode, you do see a holo emitter. But presumably when she takes her under... I don't even believe I'm going to say this. Presumably when she decants certain items on her personal belonging, are they projected from the emitter? Because as far as I know, the emitter can only project outward to within the limits of its own program. Again, it's just not explained because they don't have science advisors to the show, and they don't have continuity experts, and they don't have law or canon experts because they don't need them, because they're just writing their shit. Just to watch Space King and reclaim your childish masculinity and boyhood fun. Sensational. An awful lot of conversation saying these kids have had a terrible time of it. Absolutely nothing happened all fucking season, but they've had a terrible time of it. We had a prank war. Oh, so traumatic. The Miyazaki. Oh, so terrible. One of them died, you know. Just about the only interesting character, perhaps. Or the most interesting of the lot, but not interesting. Mumble's still lounging about. Tilly's still being Tilly. Oh my god, I take a lot of screenshots. Hey, celebration. There she is. Isn't she awesome? Mumbles can't believe it. Okay. So, yeah, he's still trying to, get back in a good book. She says, you didn't message me for the entire time I was in my coma. It's in a coma for a month. But yeah, you didn't message me. Not one postcard. I didn't get a single postcard while I was in my coma. How dare you? Mumble's still lounging about. Yeah, she does in this episode. All the talking about Sam they did was terrible foreshadowing. Yeah. Tilly, what if I told you that theatre is one of the most powerful tools for social change? Annoying critic. How are you, my friend? Yeah. One of the most powerful tools for social change. What you mean, like using a show as a platform to spread your message? Yeah. Use theatre. Personally, stay with fucking theatre. She goes off in a huff. Who cares? The Klingon is spouting some Klingon stuff, play whatever, and then everyone's going, "Yay, all right, okay," and then he takes a gracious bow in his Klingon skirt. I can't believe I'm saying this. And he's got a cold, and she says, "No, you can't be here. You have a cold, and you may spread your clovid, Klingon clovid. You may spread your clovid around." And Sam literally falls over, sitting down. She doesn't, but look at that. Look at that. I fell over sitting down. Look. Oh, how stupid of me. Oh, she literally fell over sitting down. No, she basically was excited to be part of the class and be picked and everything. That's funny. She found a way back up. And then she says, "I'm picking a play. It's a play from probably our time. I can't be asked to do any research on it because this show is not worth it." Everyone's really happy with Sam because Sam's got a problem this episode, and everyone has to smile and say, "Hey, we all love you, Sam." And yeah, he's still trying to, get back into her psyche. "You saw my teddy bear. You saw my teddy bear, so I want you to see more." And that was not a euphemism. They decided to do this play, and then oh god, how many fucking I've got a thing for pressing that screenshot one. And basically here, what I'm going to say is that somebody stole her candy. Look at that. Somebody stole her candy. Never take candy from a hologram. Yes. Oh, they're all talking, and it's all fun and games. And he's still simping over her. Look, he's still going, yeah. And she's not interested, mate. You didn't message her while she was in a coma. You didn't send her a voicemail. Sam gets up again, and then she collapses to the ground. And, well, yeah, she's glitching out. So they've got to take her back to Cask, I believe. Like they had to with Isaac in the Orville. They have to take her back because that's the only place that she can be fixed. Oh my god. I think that they were clumsily alluding to the plays, the thing wherein I catch the conscience of the king. Voice Muse did it better. You're more knowledgeable about that than I am. Atal is from 1938, I think, but it's not in public domain yet, which surprised me. Favourite, of course, surprise, yeah. Caleb, look, I sound like an a-hole, but I don't really know what to say. Yeah, true. The fact that they took her to the EMH instead of an engineer was a head scratcher. Yeah. I mean, the Doctor's become something of a savant at holo design and whatnot. Wow, okay. There's a little gif. Well, a gif. It's like, my eyes are closed. Is anybody here? There we go. Yeah. A little scanner device to help her, I don't know, feel better. You're degrading, Sam. Why didn't you tell me that you're degrading? Well, because I didn't want anybody to worry. Then comes Mumbles. You're degrading. Why are you degrading? What's going on? Why didn't you tell anybody? We have only one choice. We got to take back your cast. You see her little hollow emitter projector thingamajig? That took about 2 minutes to put together. She took 200 years to program, though. Yeah, a lot of conversation happening here. I have to take a lot of screenshots because I'm very careful about the ones I pick in my video. The fact that they, I'm think my childhood in high school had better acting than this show. Yep. I'm going to watch the original Charlie's Angels, Buck Rogers, and the A-Team. Buck Rogers. That takes me back. This show made me cry, Reddit user. Yeah, this show made me cry for very different reasons, and very different tears, actually. Oh dear. We'll get through this together. Now, if anybody is suffering from any IBS or anything, there's the toilet seat. It's right there. You know, just make sure you leave it up, or leave it down. Leave the toilet seat down. Oh God, it looks awful, doesn't it? Woohoo! I'm sorry, but who thought that was a good design for a starship? It looks horrible. It's a toilet seat. Absolutely awful. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, if you are enjoying the stream. That would really help me out. What's happening here? Oh, Sam's not here. She's going to Cask. Oh, look, her bed's empty. The hologram that doesn't need to sleep. Her bed's empty. And she's going off to Cask, and we don't know what's going on. And then the hologram wants Genesis to play the role of Emily in the play. Okay. It's just as bad as disco era starship designs. This is why they don't have a disco tune in Star Trek Online. Yeah. They just don't know anything about. They don't like classic era Star Trek. They're not Star Trek fans. They don't like classic era Trek at all. They don't like you because you like it. Darren is asking the question that we've all got on our minds. What's the point? What's it all about? Why are we here? What it's pointless. Tilly's got us rehearsing some play, you know. Maybe they should work on, I don't know, their simulation skills. Oh no, we're going to rehearse a play. I tell you what, why not just why not get a real counsellor in instead of silly Tilly? How about you get some decent writers in? To write decent characters. How about you have a writer's room where you actually talk to one another? That would be good, wouldn't it? So sick of this show. 2 more episodes left. Next video, I genuinely don't think it's going to be coming on Thursday. I think it's going to be on a Friday, and possibly one of my worst performing videos, because I can't do it on a Thursday. I got work all day, and then I got my daughter's birthday. So I genuinely think it's going to be like farting across the finish line, because my motivation is just, it's decaying so much with this show. Don't get me wrong, it was nice to get nearly 5,000 views on my last video, on yesterday's video. But I can honestly say that I really don't care. I'm not doing it for the views. I don't even know why I'm doing it anymore. Thank you for hitting that like button, by the way. That's really awesome. 20 likes on this stream. Thank you very much. Tamira, she's pushing us until we bleed our trauma all over the floor. Or puke it out like glitter. Yeah, she's pushing us until we... Look. When Picard was kidnapped by the Borg and turned into Locutus, they had an episode afterwards called Family, where he was, you could see he was internally struggling with what had happened to him. And it was such a beautiful episode. He needed his brother to look after him, and that's why he went home. He wanted someone to look after him and to help him. And that was a beautiful episode, and a beautiful moment where Picard broke down to his brother, saying, they took everything from me. They took everything up, and I couldn't stop them. I wasn't strong enough. And it's a moment of vulnerability that you see in Picard. And then after that, aside from the odd episode where, you know, he encounters the Borg again and those feelings resurface, for, you know, he didn't have to deal with the trauma in that sense. He let it out and he got on with his life. Yeah, you could argue that these are young people, but that's what Star Trek was. It was intelligently written. The point where these characters were, and this is just New Trek, isn't it? Because Picard season 1, he gets back onto a Borg cube and suddenly he's completely incapacitated with fear, even though he's obviously had many encounters with the Borg over the course of the Next Generation and Star Trek First Contact at that point. To the point where the Borg wouldn't bother him. It's like, well, Janeway's, to be fair, already taken care of the Borg. You know, they're no longer a threat, really. They've been completely nerfed. Whether you agree with what Voyager did with the Borg or not. Picard's got no reason to fear the Borg. He's worked through it already, but new Trek writers don't know Trek, so they go, it clearly must have been traumatic, him seeing the Borg. Let's use that. Let's reset the character to back where he was. Almost like they're rewriting. It's ridiculous. I got to bounce. Have a great rest of the stream. Clayton Rumley, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here. Check out Clayton Rumley's channel. If you aren't already subscribed to him, then please go over there and subscribe to his channel. Link is in the description. And check out Holocene on Amazon. His fantastic book. Family was a wonderfully balanced episode after one of, if not most, pivotal story arcs in Star Trek history. Family was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. This is the day that Star Trek died. That comment seems very familiar. Yeah, it's... there were such fantastic episodes in the original Star Trek. Characters didn't need to revert back to what they were. They had something called progression and evolution. And my God, we're still on this, aren't we? I mean, they could introduce a new Borg-like species if they wanted, but that would require good writing. It would require some level of competence, yeah, which these guys don't have. And my point in my video was, if you shoving this in front of a teenager's face, none of it makes sense to within itself. So it's just insulting to teenagers. Borg-like, yeah. Either a typo or, to be fair, I prefer. I think we'll call New Trek Borg from now on. It's Borg. It's the Borg. The Borg are coming. You know, today, obviously, because I've been playing Requiem all day, I have actually eaten 1 tube of Pringles throughout the day and 2 white chocolate chip cookies, and that's all I've had today. I think I'm going to be quite useless tomorrow. Oh my God, they're still talking about this. Let's get past this. Absolute nonsense. Oh my god, who cares? So the shuttle with Chancellor Mumbles, Doctor Useless, and the holographic nincompoop. They're on their way to Cask. Now, Cask is a world, but it's not a world. It's a big diamond hexagon thing that exists out of time. Doctor references the Voyager episode Blink of an Eye, where obviously Voyager gets caught in orbit and then starts affecting the planet geologically, but the planet is moving in, time is moving incredibly fast. So Voyager's stuck in orbit for like 25 minutes or a couple of hours or maybe a day, or I can't remember how long. And time is moving a lot quicker on the planet, so Voyager becomes part of their cultural evolution. And it's a similar sort of thing. So of course they have to have the Doctor along, and that's why they have to have the Doctor along. He needs to become a pap. A pap. He doesn't like being a mentor to anybody at all. Least of all Sam. That's why. That explains why he was so hesitant with her in the first episode. But none of this explains why Mumbles and Femhadar, who also is not in this episode, characters only needed when they're needed to progress the story. They would call them that, yeah. To be fair, yeah. Let them do that. I am Locutus of Bork, Bork and Cindy. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm getting tired. Picard, what the hell, Picardo? Yeah, he doesn't want a mentor, so Sam, he doesn't want to be part of Sam. Yeah, okay, so the Femhadar is not in the episode. That's where I was going. So Picardo, when he's sitting next to the captain and the Femhadar, they keep moving in the turbo lift, don't they? That's not explained. Are they anti-photonic? Are they is it photonophobia or whatever? PJ Diablo, welcome. Sam was way too pushy with him about mentoring. Yeah, that's very true, but the reason that he won't mentor her, I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it. She gets all hissy anyway, and then she starts glitching out, so she turns herself off, even though she's there. She goes offline and she's stuck there. She goes offline and she's still there. It's like she's an android. They can't make their minds up whether she's an android or a hologram. Utterly. Tamira wants Caleb to go and meet her. She's drunk. She's drinking stuff that is aged in a casket in space around her home planet. Whatever. It's alcohol aged in space in special wood. She got special wood, Lieutenant Dan. She got new wood. No. So she comes onto him big time, okay, and like really gets inappropriate to a degree. She's drinking. He's going, "Oh look, you're drunk. I want to be drunk too, but I don't think I should be. I've got this issue. You saw my teddy bear, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to message you." And she goes, "Put your hand over my mouth." And he goes, "What?" And she goes, "Put your hand over my mouth." So he does. And then she says something, and he goes, "Ha, that tickles." Like that, I was really confused by that. And then she bites his finger, It's like, oh, and then they get it on, but they don't get it on because she's being pretty forceful, and he says, "You're drunk. I'm not going to take advantage of you. Like a proper gentleman, I am not going to take advantage of you." She gets the hissy fit and walks away. I'll show that eventually. Yeah, she gets proper hissy with him, and I think she thinks that he really likes girl boss Genesis, but who cares at this point? I don't really care. No one should care. So speaking of girl boss Genesis, she goes to see girl boss Genesis, and yeah, and I still don't get why an academy has an emergency hologram instead of a real doctor, aside from using Robert Picardo, because that's what they put all their money on, wasn't it? They needed Robert Picardo. They're using Robert Picardo, and Robert Picardo doesn't even see it. I don't even think he cares because he's getting paid. But they're using the character and the actor to make the show more popular, which is obviously not working, really, is it? She's drunk. I wish this would go faster. Let's see if we can speed through this particular section, because she just goes, "Oh, you like him? I know you like him. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I just wish he'd like me the way he likes you. Oh no." Frantic finger pushing here. Come on, let's go. She's still. Oh my god. Sorry, I should have probably reduced the amount of screenshots. So I know it's highly traumatic for people. Back to what the hell, Picardo. Genesis is cuter. Well, the actress isn't bad looking, to be fair. So it's a garbage, and it hurts reasonable thinking. This is level of track. Her acting is so bad. Yeah. Is there? Oh, there is gonna be a love triangle. No, later on with Genesis later. Because these writers can't do anything else. Oh yeah, because that's all it's about. It's not about the Star Trek. It's about love triangles and kids growing up and absolute stupidity and borderline moronic behavior. Look, she's offline. She's still on. She's offline. They power her down like a fucking android. I swear. They don't understand the difference between a fucking hologram and a fucking android. It's so stupid. If I was a writer, I was a fan of, say, Star Trek, which I am a fan of Star Trek, but if I was a writer and I wanted to write Star Trek, you know what I wouldn't write? I wouldn't write Warhammer 40k. I wouldn't write Firefly. I wouldn't write Buffy. I wouldn't write, I don't know, I wouldn't even write 90210, because I'll be writing Star Trek now. I could branch out. But I'm not going to write for Warhammer 40k because I don't know anything about Warhammer 40k. It's not my jam. As Henry Cavill says, "This is my jam." Well, this isn't my jam. Star Trek's my jam. I wouldn't write for Warhammer because I don't know the lore and I don't know anything about the world. So I wouldn't write it. And if I did write it, I can guarantee you I'd have a lot of Warhammer 40k people coming at me with pitchforks. I'm fairly certain. It's just a thought, you know. It's freaking stupid. Star Trek writers should be writing Star Trek. Star Trek fans should be writing Star Trek, not people who claim they're fans because they've been fans for 5 fucking minutes. If you are new here and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, then consider subscribing to the channel if I've earned your subscription. And don't forget to like the stream. Oh, Picardo is just like, oh, I don't want a mentor. I don't want a mentor. Oh. We're there at Cask. We've arrived at Cask, which is this big geometric shape in space. No science behind no explanation of what it is. Very poorly visually represented and confusing. It's like a big geometric bullshit in space. I called it a planet in my review because I can't really describe it. It's a place. I just think planet is fucking easier. Would you like write for an established franchise? You'd better do your research. This is disappointing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you write for an established franchise, yeah, you need to do your research at least. Oh, I've got a job. I'm going to be an airline pilot. Do you know how to fly a plane? No. But I know that the plane flies. For all mankind in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. You think I should take a couple of weeks off from doing 10 Forward after Academy so we can prepare ourselves for all mankind, for the awesomeness that is For All Mankind season 5. It looks great, by the way, and it looks like it's moving closer to the Expanse. Definitely. I just hope they keep the optimism. You know, I just hope they keep the optimism, because I really love the idea that if the Soviets had landed on the moon first, you know, we would have had our asses kicked into gear to get up into space and start colonizing it. You know, and it's a giant polyhedral dice. Yeah, it looks like a D&D dice, doesn't it? Anyway, completely stupid. Moronic, you need a break from this DM. That's a good idea. I need a break from Academy. %. So everything goes black and white aside from the Kaskians. Is that how you call them? What you call them? The Kaskians. And they're just this beam of light. That's it. It's just this beam of light and this voice in the sky. Justin Watch Nerd, a £10. Expanse prequel for the win. Oh, my darling, bless you. You don't need to do that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Expanse prequel. I think it's got a good shot of being that. Unofficially. I don't think they could ever officially license it that way, but I think yeah. Oh, and the Expanse video game looks pretty good. Yeah, isn't it like a Telltale experience, but not Telltale? I've got to finish the Expanse. I really do. What I might do is when For All Mankind ends, I'll just go straight into the Expanse and do it all again from the beginning. It'll be a lot better than this shit. There's an Expanse video game. Yeah, there is. I'm sure it's like a Telltale game. Type game. So they talk to the Kaskians, and the Kaskians say we need to do some probing on Sam. To get in there and see if we can fix whatever's wrong with her. So the Kaskians are going to do some hollow gynecology. I'm sorry, I'm in a cynical mood. Yeah. So they go inside a code and everything, and who cares? I feel like I say this a lot in the stream, but who cares? Who gives a shit? It's showing the memories, showing the theremin, because she likes playing the theremin because it sounds like a funny fart. It's kind of a shooter like Mass Effect, is it? I to be fair, I don't know. I thought it was like a Telltale game. It might have elements of it like that. I don't know. Yeah, and Picardo don't want to be a mentor, and she can't be fixed. So they say, oh yeah, she can't be fixed, so we're going to shut it down. Oh, back to the fucking play and this absolutely useless dialogue made by some old school BioWare devs. It goes to show how much I know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just assumed because I'd seen something on it and it looked very much like a Telltale game. And, excuse me, I know that Telltale was shut down, but some of the people from that actually made Star Trek Resurgence. Some people who from that studio, that did now defunct studio company. If you guys don't mind, this dialogue is pointless. I'm not going to go through it, and conveniently, I can't remember it. To which Tilly is very dissatisfied with the fact that I've said that. Look, so dissatisfied. That's ridiculous. Tamira, everybody hates me. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't get it. I said this at the beginning of the stream. Why are they all hating her? Why does she think everybody hates her? Why? But everybody does apparently, because everybody hates her. I don't. I'm not a fucking fan of her, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's just it's literally a bunch of teenagers throwing a hissy fit or a wobbly fit 2 months after the traumatic event that took place. I'm sorry, but in a situation they should never have been put in, because they've already proven themselves fucking inept at doing the basic of things, unless the script needs them to be awesome. They can't even get through a simulation flying through an asteroid field. They saved the fucking day in the first episode. It should have been. And I've said this before, if you're going to do an Academy show, you show them green and you show that they know nothing about command, about hacking, about anything. They go in, it's Academy, they know the basic stuff and they learn. You go on a learning journey with them, and you have lots and lots of mentoring going on, mentoring happening. You mentor the kids. These lot came in knowing everything, knowing how to save the fucking day. But they don't know how to fly through a fucking asteroid field and communicate with one another. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly stupid. Don't be a ghost girl. Yeah, annoying critic. I'm glad you're here, because you're helping me with the dialogue. Don't be a ghost girl. Interact. Don't be silly like me, silly Tilly. Oh God. This goes on forever as well. I got so bored during this episode. Off she walks. Back to series acclamation twat. No, she can't be fixed. She's got to go offline. The glitch is too bad. Picardo's like, oh no, that's terrible. There must be something you can do to save her. They shut her down and back to shitty Starfleet Academy. Oh God, it's her again. Will she fuck off the screen? Honestly, don't know how you, an annoying critic, watch this crap. It's awful. Watch Nerd. It's so many levels beyond awful. But the thing is, and the reason I seem to be going, yeah, a lot, is because I've only watched the episode once, because I as much of a sadist as I am, I won't watch it twice. I use the screenshots, but I will not watch it twice. I will not watch it twice. All good, mate. Oh, she dropped my toothbrush in the toilet. Isn't she stupid? Isn't she silly? My toothbrush. It looks like a gummy brush. Future tech toothbrush, you see. They made a toothbrush look futuristic. They made a toothbrush look futuristic by, I don't know, removing the bristles. It's a gummy brush. And they're all going, oh yeah, Sam's this, Sam's that. Oh, we're nothing without Sam. Oh, you must be Emily, and oh, the play, and feelings, and oh, you know, isn't she funny dropping my toothbrush in the toilet, and it's really gross. And then he gets up and goes, oh, Captain, my Captain, I want to be doing a play. Marrow Botter, you joined way too late, just making sure your DM is still vertical, mate. I was telling the guys, I came on very late today. I planned this very late. Almost didn't happen because I was too busy playing Requiem all day for 12 hours. And I finished at 8 o'clock. So, yeah, but welcome, Mara Botter, as usual, my friend. It's great to have you here. They start acting out the play and... Serious exclamation, Mill. And Robert, what the hell, Picardo. So they say, he says, I had a daughter that I made. I made a daughter, as that's how you usually get kids, you make them. But he programmed a family in the episode Real Life, which I may actually do one of my fancy reviews on, because I both love and hate that episode because it sets me teary all the time. And if you've got children, it hits you a little harder. It's a very, very moving episode of Star Trek. And it might, like I say, it might be my next review. If you guys, by the way, let me know if you want my next normal Star Trek review out. They don't tend to do very well. I'm planning to release. I've got one more made at the moment, which is just the Visitor again. I've re-recorded it. Well, not re-recorded it, re-edited it. Let me know if you want that up. I'll put it up on Sunday. So yeah, the Doctor had a family, and his daughter died, and ever since then he's not been able to mentor. He doesn't want to love. He doesn't know anything. Just like these writers don't know anything, because the Doctor, the real life, the Doctor had a family, and his daughter died. After that, he's, mentored 7 of 9, mentored Naomi Wildman. He, in an alternate future, he got married, had a wife. And you're telling me that one instance, he never loved again? Bullshit. That is just, it's just proof that they cherry pick an episode. They don't do any research, and they use it to tell their stupid story. Now, it would have made sense for this hologram to be the holographic Doctor from The Living Witness, because that would make sense. Like, I was reactivated 700 years later, and I'd lost everyone that I loved, including my daughter. I lost my crew, my captain, my ship. I stayed on this alien world for many years, but I decided to go home. And that would have made more sense. It would make more sense for this to be that different Doctor. But they don't want to do that, because I can assure you, they didn't even know he existed before they wrote this show. They didn't care. They didn't care enough to know that stuff. And we were giving him way too much credit, intimating that this guy could be that other version of the Doctor. Way too much credit. You can change your clothes and your hair and God knows what else in an instant, but they still need toothbrushes. Yeah. Wouldn't it be a sonic toothbrush like the sonic showers? Yeah, possibly. Open wide. Ah, there you go. God. So that's why he never loved again, which is bullshit and denigrates the memory of Star Trek, and it's ridiculous. He said, I didn't want to do it, but now I think I can love again. I will. I tell you what, even though you've said there's absolutely no chance of saving this hologram, it took you 200 years to make. 200 years to make. I know that if we reprogram her so she's got some memories, because it does make logical sense. Let's give them a little bit of credit here. It does make logical sense because they programmed her from the age of 17 with no life experience, no memories, no childhood, no nothing. So she's really awkward and she's really stupid and she knows nothing. Jon Snow. So the Doctor decides to stay behind and raise her for 17 years. So what is it? A fresh hologram. So I don't know anymore. She needs to be reprogrammed with 17 years worth of memories. So the Doctor decides to stay and live out those 17 years, much in the same way he did previously in Voyager. Fuck me. It took them 200 years to make this hologram, but she needs 17 years worth of memories. They couldn't program 17 years. I mean, oh god, the entire thing fucking stinks. It's ridiculous. I don't recall it. I think it's indicated or hinted at that Mumble stays on the planet as well for 17 years because she's very long lived. So, but I don't know. Maybe she just goes back up to the shuttlecraft and waits for a few days. I don't know. I don't care. I don't think you care either. What a mess. What a mess. There we go. Come on. This was not a good episode of television, and it was not a good... Some people are saying, oh, I think it's a better episode. It's like, how? If you thought about it even for a split second, it just doesn't make any bloody sense. The whole episode makes no sense, not only in relation to the rest of the season, but to within itself. And the rest of the franchise, just like everything else. I will stay behind and I will raise Sam as one of my own. And I will raise her for 17 years. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I'm the holographic Doctor. There's the mobile emitter. There's the Doctor holding the mobile emitter. There's the Doctor raising Sam with the funny face, which nearly made it as my thumbnail. Nearly made it as a thumbnail, but there you go. But no, it didn't. In the end, it had to be Silly Tilly. So he raises Sam for 17 years. And I bet you the next episode she's still glitching. Because the writers forgot. Or they just didn't talk to one another. Oh, God. Everyone's laughing and joking and getting along. And Sam's growing up. Look, there she is. Serious acclamation mill. She's growing up. Oh, isn't it fun? Isn't it fun? And then everyone's happy again. Tamira is there, and so is everybody else. And yeah, they all look super happy. She's cheered up a little bit. She's, life's good for the most part. All I can hear is my neck crunching. The silence is daunting. Tig Notaro gives Tilly a pat on the back for doing absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing. She does nothing. She gets them to study a play in which they don't really do it anyway. And then she just fucks off, and it's like she gets thanked for a job well done, and it's like you did fucking nothing. Everybody's just happier because they're just happier. Because the writers need them to be happy. And they think a visit from Sylvia fuck off Tilly is going to do it. I can't with this show, man. I really can't. Oh. Go on, Mumbles. Here comes new improved series acclamation mill. Ah, God. Everyone's happy, everyone's cheerful, and Robert Picardo, proud daddy now. Everyone's together, everyone's happy, and then it goes all dark in the end, and Mumble stands there in a spotlight. That's the episode. We did it! Yay! Fan-fucking-tastic. There you go. That's my breakdown. 700 years, and conveniently the Doc never found a soul to mentor. Probably more necessary since they went through the catastrophic burn. There would have been plenty of orphans. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a little better than the Klingon wedding thing, but not much. Maybe a 2 out of 10 instead of a 1 out of 10. Yep. So Tilly is like Kurtzman, does nothing, gets applauded. Yep. Stephen Bromby. I really hope Paramount are so spooked by the awful viewing numbers for streaming that they do the Smart Thing and Batgirl season 2 of this show. But I doubt they'll have the foresight to do that. Well, the thing is, because season 1 and season 2 were filmed back to back, and for all those people who commented on my video saying you do know they filmed them back to back, yes, I do know they filmed them back to back. Season 2 still has the capability to be Batgirled, but season 2 is going to be just like season 1. There's no two ways about it. Will she finally act normal now? Lord knows. Well done, DM. Thank you very much, Gooner. Shocking television. But that's where we're at, isn't it? That's the state of all of these franchises. That's the state of all of these. Well, let's just talk franchises for a moment, yeah? Franchises are a huge deal because they are greater than the sum of their parts, all right? They are an entity within themselves. They're a very different animal. You've got yourself a TV show, I don't know, it's a TV show. It's as popular or as unpopular. You can't merchandise a single TV show without major interest. But when you've got a franchise, you can merchandise the hell out of it. You can get the popularity up. You can world build. There's endless products you can make. And if you've got a brand, why would you want to do damage to that brand? It's like the whole Jaguar thing. Jaguar did massive damage to their brand because they pandered to an audience that wasn't there. That wasn't there. It's like the loudest voices. They were pandering to the loudest voices, but not the majority. And Star Trek's doing the same thing. And I think that it's mainly because, mainly because of Kurtzman. But the problem is, yeah, that he doesn't want Star Trek fans writing it. And you know, Jaguar, when they came out with that stupid advert, it's usually, and Bud Light as well, they usually just have someone come in from you know, companies that you know, consultation companies that are meant to convert your company to more modern DEI stuff. And you know, other YouTubers go on about DEI all the time. It doesn't really bother me as long as it's not rammed down your throats. And For All Mankind deals with all sorts of quote unquote DEI themes, and it does it really well because it abides by these new set of rules, you know, that all these streaming platforms have, and you know, representation and all of that sort of stuff. It does it, but it writes it so intelligently within the episode that you don't notice it really. You know, it uses it, and again, Ronald D. Moore, he uses it within the context of the era that these characters are in. It's intelligently written. This is just DEI for the sake of it, and it is DEI. It is, but I tend not to focus on this on this channel because it to me, it's not my biggest gripe. They're going to do what they're going to do with DEI. They always do. My gripe is the quality of what they're doing is atrocious. They don't know. They're not making Star Trek. This isn't Star Trek. Now, I said in my duet review that if you took away the sci-fi elements of that episode, and you just made it, I don't know, you could make it about anything. You could make it about the First World War, Second World War, Vietnam War, the Troubles in Ireland. You could make it about anything, and you know, it would still be a very compelling story if you remove the sci-fi element. Now you can create a compelling story and give it a sci-fi element. You can give it a Star Trek element. It makes it a good story. But I think the best Star Trek stories are ones that you can remove the sci-fi element and it still be a good story. These are shit stories with a sci-fi element that's absolutely not there. The fact that it's set in space has nothing to. It just doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's meaningless stories set in space. That's the difference, again, with older Star Trek. Gotta put out content. Yeah. It's gonna be worse. More live love triangles, a musical just because, and even more copy other better series. Only to do their stories worse. Yeah, they'll just rip and they'll say they're paying homage, but it's just Jesus Christ. Like sculpting the Enterprise out of a turd and then presenting it to the fans saying, "Look what I made." IPs were never made to go on forever. There should be new ones to replace the old ones. I do agree with that to some degree. The longer a franchise goes on, the more diluted it becomes, and the worse, predominantly, it gets. Trying to think how to put this because I am very tired now. I'm actually starting to fade a little bit. When you have, say, a franchise like Star Trek, it's not a limited franchise. It's not. The concept is so broad that you could create and create and create, and you can have all these different ideas. You could have, you know, and you can. It's what Star Trek Deep Space Nine did. It set it on a space station instead of the Enterprise, or instead of a ship. Now they incorporated a ship to assist and give the show some longevity and not keep them restricted to the space station. But it was a new concept, and you could do Star Trek meets Harry Potter, as long as it was Harry Potter, science more than wizardry and magic. You could do. They could make this show amazing. They can make it really good, I reckon. You can make a really good Academy show. You just have to keep it Star Trek, but Star Trek aimed at teenagers, not teenage stuff that has a Star Trek veneer aimed at teenagers. Because teenagers who want to watch Star Trek ain't watching this. They're not. They're watching Star Trek, real Star Trek, classic Star Trek. I just realised my bridge picture's gone. I don't know why. I think that's falling down there. Yeah, they're watching classic Star Trek. I can tell you that now. They're not watching this shit. And it is shit. Star Trek used to be so much more. You can be inclusive with good characters. Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. As long as the characters are good. Majority of people don't actually see colour. They don't see colour, they don't see race, they don't see gender or anything like that. Majority of people are good people. You say, oh, you don't see colour, then that means you're an artist. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't care what gender, race, sexual orientation a captain lead of a show is. I don't. It doesn't matter. You write them as a decent character. You write them with, write them well. It's not going to matter to anyone. Because it doesn't matter. Because predominantly, the reason we are there is not because they're black, white, female, male, gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not there because of that. We're there because we want to know their stories, what happens to them. Write good episodes of stuff, and people will come. You know who is a great example of inclusion in old Trek? Barclay. He had a holodeck addiction, which was realistic. Barclay was a great character, and again, you hold Barclay up. Any Barclay episode, especially the first one when we first meet him, brilliant episode. You hold that up to the short Treks. And the difference there is staggering. Because it's a similar situation. There's a socially awkward, guy who's got a lot of potential, and he's treated like shit by the rest of the crew because he's socially awkward. He's treated like shit. He's not grown or expanded. He's not allowed to have room to breathe. He's not allowed to blossom into a different character. He's just treated like shit because he's treated like an idiot. But he's actually a genius. Now, Barclay, I love Major Grin's video because it shows direct comparison. Picard says it's too easy for us to just brush this problem off to another person, off to another crew, and keep moving the problem around. We're the Enterprise. We're better than that. Why don't we work with him? LaForge, become his friend, get to know the man, work with him, try and help him to adjust and show him why we do the things we do on the Enterprise. Make him feel part of your team. Try harder. New Trek comparison, it's just, he's an idiot. I've transferred him because I'm not written intelligently enough. A show with a class putting on a play is a trope. Yeah. DS9 didn't so much rewrite the rule book, Roddenberry, TOS and TNG. It expanded upon it, fleshing out a universe a lot more, adding to it, not reimagining it. Yeah. A lot of people were worried when DS9 came out, as they were worried when the Next Generation came out. But I hear that same argument. I hear for every new Star Trek series that comes along. Oh well, people didn't like the Next Gen. True, but people liked the Next Gen after a few seasons. Oh yeah, you got to give this show a chance. People really, generally speaking, don't like Strange New Worlds. They didn't like Discovery. They didn't like Section 31. This entire era of Star Trek, they don't like. Generally speaking, Star Trek fans don't like it. So, how much of a chance are we supposed to give it? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? I'm going to actually call 10 minutes on this stream. It's going to be a short one today because I am absolutely ballsed. I am proper ballsed. That's 12 hours of Resident Evil Requiem. And I got to keep playing it as well because I got to unlock all the things. So get us up to 30 likes, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Get your chats in. Let's have a conversation before we go. I'll do another 10 minutes, I think. Get your chats in, and it's been great to talk to you for a completely off the cuff stream. I think it was really really nice to come on and speak to you all, as it is every week. It's wonderful. Also, in Old Trek, when a person like Wesley messed up or was stupid, they were reprimanded. Yeah. Where is this here? There is no such thing. Oh no, sorry. They get like 80 hours of menial labor or whatever it is. Menial labor, mopping floors and stuff. Like that's gonna work with the fucking criminal. The guy who doesn't want to be there. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I like the life where I'm out on my own, struggling, getting muzzled because I'm a biter, and spending my life on the run. And didn't they in this episode said, oh yeah, it kind of just grows on you like a fucking leech or something, this place. It's like you are a fucking freeloader. Absolute fucking freeloader. You've come on to Starfleet Academy. You've been invited, you're a criminal, yeah? You've been invited to Starfleet Academy to join the Federation and join Starfleet. You ungrateful little fuck. You're a criminal and you got let into Starfleet. All the other kids probably had to work really hard to get there, especially freaking girl boss Genesis. Unbelievable. So entitled. Oh, I don't want to be here. I don't want to spend time with that family that you put me up with. People who are willing to let a criminal into their house. Slightly moronic of them, of course, but you know, just nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's bonkers. Yeah, crazy stuff. I was getting ready to come on, for a bit, but good decision. Get some rest. Apologise for not making it this week, mate. If you want to come on, you can come on. I can do a little bit longer. It's completely up to you. I'm all right. If I've got someone to talk to, I'll be all right. But it's completely up to you, my friend. I just don't want to. I don't want to stay up too late because I've got square eyes now. It's yeah. Just this episode was terrible. It was just shit, and I'm not expecting big things from the rest of the season. The 2 episodes that we've got left, I'm not expecting big things from it at all. It's going to be a long couple of weeks, isn't it? Let's be honest. Okay, he'll be there in 5. Okay, I'll stay on a little bit longer, guys. I'll stay with you a little bit longer. Say, my phone went off. Yeah. Might get that Voyager game. Don't know about you guys. I might get it. I've just spent 70. To be fair, I've just spent 70 quid on Requiem, so yeah, probably not. But I might wait for a sale. We'll wait for a sale. See what's going on. I'll tell you, 236 views on this stream. It's these streams are doing a bit better with the old Academy stuff. I suppose we'll have to wait and see though, won't we? When Academy ends, see how many people drop in then. I know you wonderful people will, of course. Crazy. Yeah, one thing I did like in those Voyager games, by the way, is that you looking inside the ship, you see all the areas, and some of the areas are like damaged and stuff. And I thought, yeah, if only they'd have done that in the show. Already got the Voyager game. It's pretty good, since you can alternate timeline and even kill characters permanently. Nice. Okay, so out of the Voyager crew, who would you off? Hopefully the first and last season of Academy. Yeah, that's a good point. Who would you off out of the Voyager crew, though? 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. This episode, really? That's horrible. But how? Just how? 6.2 out of 10. Awful. Yeah, it must be bought review or something. It's got to be. There's no way. Myself 6.2 out of 10. I don't know how they got to the 0.2. By the way, I don't know how they get that metric. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. That's critic score, audience score. Probably due to the 10 out of 10 bots. Yeah. Those bots. I wish those bots will work for me. As the bots, man. Yeah. Rain's still coming down heavy. It's been raining every day in January and almost every day in February in this country. It's been nuts. It's just bad English weather all the time. So maybe when Academy stops, the rain will stop. Because I think Academy starts here when? Just after Christmas? Early January? Maybe when Academy stops, the rain will stop as well. It rains because you're sad. Gooner should be along any moment. We'll have a quick chat. Yeah, sorry. In the Voyager crew, who would you off if you had the chance? Not Neelix. It can't be Neelix. Neelix is too obvious. Gooner should be along any moment. We'll have a quick chat. Oh, I'm hearing my own voice. Lovely. Nothing like the sound of my own voice. How are you, Gooner?
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right, my friend. I'm all right.
I'm just muting your channel on the phone. How is everyone? Sorry, I'm so late. I didn't realise it was going on, and then had a few things to do. My apologies. Didn't realise.
Mate, it's more my fault, to be fair. I didn't schedule the stream or anything. I honestly didn't expect to be doing it.
Listen, Requiem is far more enjoyable and important than Starfleet Academy. So I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Even if it is getting the views, it's still for your own sanity, mate. I'm sure. And are you enjoying Requiem?
I enjoyed it immensely, yeah. It was I won't go into spoiler territory for anyone. Yeah. It was an interesting new approach, yet oddly familiar. So how can I put it? It's linear which all Resident Evil is linear, fairly linear anyway. It's kind of nostalgic, but in a nice way. And there are some sections that I would definitely remove if I had the chance. There was a section in Resident Evil 2 Remake that is in one of the scenarios which I hated. It was called The Orphanage, and it was, as a parent, I hated it anyway. It was awful, but it was run and hide simulator, just for about, I don't know, half an hour of gameplay. It was horrible. I hated it. There's a similar section in this, and it's just a little bit. It breaks the immersion. It breaks the pacing. Breaks the pacing. But yeah, ultimately, it's a beautiful looking game. It's very, very much a tribute to Resident Evil, and yes, it's a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun to play. So I will definitely be playing it again.
Oh, nice.
So I know.
Do you think when
the Doctor,
if you ever did a replay, would you then stream that live? Because obviously the first time around you don't want the spoilers.
Yeah.
But if you ever replayed it again, would you do that live?
Oh yeah, definitely. But it would have to be in parts. It took me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
In game time, out of the game, it took me 12 hours. I mean, I was at it for 12 hours.
Oh, you have actually
if not a little bit more.
It's done. Oh, you have finished it.
I've finished it. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a 10-minute playthrough, 10-hour playthrough. Sorry, 10 hours in total. And I wanted to complete it because I didn't want spoilers. So I wanted to complete the game and experience it from start to finish myself. And let's just put it this way: I'm glad I'm sat on a couch, not in a chair, because my back was killing me. At one point, I swear, you could hear my entire body crack when I moved. It was unreal. I'm not built for long gaming sessions anymore.
It's a long time to be sat there doing that. It's a long time.
I started to really lose my temper with the game because
you would too. Of course you would.
I was kept looking at the time, going, oh God, I've only got. If I leave it to 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock's my cut-off point. If I can't complete it by then, I'm going to have to make a decision: do the stream or finish the game. But thankfully, the last bit, I thought, well, and the last sort of 2 hours of the game, I thought, well, if I just rush through it, if I get through it, I can always do again. I can get all the collectibles on the back end of the next gameplay or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't argue, mate. It looks incredible. It's a beautiful game. The characters, the modelling. It looks superb, and it is the exception to the rule. That I say exception to the rule. It's a perfect blend of great gameplay and great graphics. What I don't like is when a game does great graphics but awful gameplay. But I will accept the other one, which is great gameplay, awful graphics.
Yeah, it's more about the story. Well, that's exactly what you've been talking about all stream. It's about storytelling, not about anything else. Not about what you actually see on the screen. It's about the story. I mean, look, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, and I don't want to bore the chat. You've gone through it eloquently. Well, number one with your review, and then in more depth today. But all as a takeaway from me, I was just thinking about how impactful crossovers used to be between different franchises, different iterations within the franchise. Mm-hmm. Number one, I think we had limited exposure to know that it was coming. So when it did happen, it was like, oh my God. And what used to be lovely, when they did it, you'd get the theme music or something just subtly play in the background when you had a character from another show appear. It was just so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And you really felt something quite emotional inside, especially if you were a lover of that iteration, and more importantly, of that particular character that they may have brought back. So, for example, there's so many, isn't there? You've got the Spock in Unification, you've got Scotty in Relics, and you've got even Barclay in the Voyager episodes who came in. I think the only one that probably didn't work as well, and that's well known, is obviously Riker and Troy in Enterprise, because it kind of ended the show not in a good way. But generally speaking, they were always so well done. And there's so many others that I've missed, but it was always so well done, and it meant something because you had already developed an affection and an affinity with that character. And then to see them appear, maybe after years, sometimes the distance between these shows or the time frame was so long, to see them again appear, you were like, oh my God. I mean, it's just such an emotional moment, and it really captured your heart. Move forward to 2026, February, Tilly appears in this. If anything, the emotion is completely on the opposite scale. You're like, are you for real? Are you joking? I mean, we all knew she was going to appear, but when you actually see it on screen, and that's the difference, isn't it? Because we dislike the character. Well, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but I dislike the characters. I've built no bond with them. There's no fit. I don't care about them. I couldn't care less. To see them again is meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. Even the characters which are kind of neutral for me, the shows which I disliked, but even some of the characters which are neutral to me, I mean nothing. If they appeared, I think maybe the only one I'd ever have something for is someone like Hemmer coming back, or Lorca coming back, because I actually thought they were half decent. But other than that, I couldn't care less. And that was the overriding thing that I kind of picked away or took away from this particular episode, because there's nothing else to talk about, really, DM. You've done it already so brilliantly. But what was it? Again, a nothing episode. Absolutely went nowhere. Everyone resets to what they were at the start of the episode anyway. Everyone's happy, and everyone's normal, and everyone's fixed. It's just, yeah. What was the point of any of it? So for me, the takeaway was the crossover thing. I thought that's what I miss so much. I miss it so much to remember and capture those moments. So that was all I really wanted to add to what you said.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're saying Worf when he first shows up in DS9, that was really good, but it wasn't obviously when he first shows up in Deep Space Nine. It wasn't his first time on Deep Space Nine. They had a few crossover episodes where they visited Deep Space Nine on the Enterprise. I think Birthright was one, and we even saw Dr. Bashir speaking with Data, and that it was nice to see. And there was something special about that, and now I couldn't give two shits as to whether the Doctor is in this or not. I mean, what's he been in? About 4 of the 8 episodes so far. The Femme Hadar, she's been missing from 2 now.
Yeah.
She would have been missing from the one last week had she not had the cameo voiceover, where she was afraid about the toe. Oh my God, don't die. I mean, again, just that line of dialogue in the background. She had broke her toe, and the Gem Hadar is worried that she's going to die.
Unbelievable.
She's a Klingon Gem Hadar hybrid. I don't get it. Don't get it. Antiderivative Jill, with regard to Lorca, don't mistake great actor for a good story. Jason Isaacs is a great actor. The character of Lorca, I think, was the best of the Discovery. He was the most interesting character in Discovery, but I still wouldn't mind him being memory hold with the rest of the series. It's probably the best of the bad lot. It was
bad
nice.
Bunch.
Yeah, it was nice. Birthright is rather bad for real stars. Yeah, Birthright wasn't a great 2-parter, but it was nice to see them interact with DS9 in that sense, as well as Voyager's opening episode where we see obviously them at Deep Space Nine. I would have loved to have seen just a farewell between Janeway and Cisco. Cisco doing a bit of pomp and circumstance about the Voyager's maiden journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
First mission. Mara Botta with a sticky out tongue face emoji. So
see, I think this is the thing. I think because Star Trek in those days, as you have said so many times over and over again, with you, with Xell, Watch Nerd, you've all said that it was written for Star Trek fans, and this is why when we had moments like that, like for example these crossovers, it was done with love, and you felt that as a viewer. They didn't need to worry about extending, because obviously someone who's never seen, I don't know, say Next Generation before, but starts watching DS9 and then sees Wolves and Picard come up, and it's not going to have that impact. It's just not.
No.
But you see, the writers weren't worried about that because it had organically grown its own fan base and it didn't need anything else. It's what made Star Trek so successful and so popular. We didn't need to reach every single person in the universe or to try and make them like the show. It didn't work that way. And because of that, they were able to do it, and they knew that it was going to be, embraced so well.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. So it didn't even need to be the most fantastic episode. Look, we've always said True Trek, all the episodes, there have been some horrible ones, really awful ones. I'll admit that there's been so many in Next Gen, there's been so many in every iteration that you think, all right, that is below average.
Yeah.
But then they come up with the gems, and there's so many of them, and even the ones which aren't quite up there are still so good to watch.
Well, definitely.
That's the difference.
100%. Maro Bossa says, would you wish to see no more Kurtzman, but a Star Trek show run by Metalis? I would like to see what Terry Metalis could do with Star Trek. Because he's not Alex Kurtzman, and he's not in Star Trek. He's not making Star Trek anymore because Alex Kurtzman didn't like Star Trek Picard Season 3. And if Alex Kurtzman doesn't like Star Trek Picard Season 3, then that is a surefire mark of some level of quality. But if Metalis took over Star Trek and brought in Star Trek writers, I think we'd all be in for a treat.
Yes.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely the first part. I would love to see no more of Kurtzman Trek, because it's shit. It's objectively bad, and it's not Star Trek. It doesn't look like Star Trek, doesn't sound like Star Trek, doesn't feel like Star Trek, doesn't play out like Star Trek.
I don't even think it's rateable. I actually don't even think it's rateable,
No,
especially this series.
Oh God, no.
You can't even rate it.
No.
Unbelievable.
No, it's just a mess. Just an absolute mess. I don't know what I'm going to do next week.
There's 2 left, isn't there?
2, yeah. So,
is it worth doing one show with both, so you don't have to spend too much time on them?
10 forward wise, I'll just do weekly, but the video, I'm not sure. I'm not
the
sure.
review, you mean?
Yeah,
right.
I've like I say, I've missed my daughter's birthday. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's not celebrating her birthday, but I could probably get a review done later on at night, as long as I can get it filmed. Editing it is something I can do no matter what, so we'll see. Paramount is buying Warner Brothers. How lucky for Kurtzman. On top of Muppet episode, he could have done Strange New Worlds Bugs Bunny episode. Yeah.
Oh God, don't give him ideas.
Yeah, because Netflix pulled out, didn't they?
Oh, did they pull out? I didn't know.
So Paramount is buying Warner Brothers. It's like,
interesting.
I didn't know I don't understand everything that's going on, to be fair. I'm completely lost with it all now.
Yeah.
I thought Skydance bought Paramount, so isn't it Skydance buying Warner Brothers?
Yeah, exactly. Mate, I'm actually past caring.
Me.
I'm actually past caring. I just don't care anymore. I don't care who owns what. Just give us good blooming TV shows.
Yeah, they ain't
I don't care who owns what. No.
They ain't going to do it. We're not going to get good Star Trek anymore. That's the sad truth of it. Any news on the Orville season 4? No.
Nope.
I've got to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to happen. Too many things have to come together for it to happen. Because all the actors have obviously got to go find other work, and they're not going to be contractually able to come back for a season 4. I just don't see it happening unless it's being filmed right now.
Did you say that one of the main characters can't make it anyway, or something to do it?
I thought Adrian Pilecki couldn't make it.
That's it. That's it.
I'm not sure. Watch Nerd was on the Star Trek Las Vegas event. She was there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and she and Scott Grimes basically said, "Yeah, we're getting ready to film Orville season 4."
Okay.
But that was January last year.
Oh, okay.
Or was it January last year? I'm sure it was. It was basically whenever Star Trek Las Vegas was last year. It's not looking good, is it?
Do you know what? In a way, I don't mind because it just finished in. It was perfect for me.
It was.
Yeah, leave it alone because then if it you never know. It's always an unknown, isn't it, with these things? Yeah. I think the way that show evolved within 3 seasons was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. You know, you've been there, DM, as we all have. Everyone in the chat, we have watched some absolutely banging TV shows, but then somehow the last season or how they try and finish them off is always a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But I thought the way they all did what they did was brilliant, and maybe it should just be left alone. As something we can just rewatch when we want to.
I think so. Same goes for Firefly.
I've not seen that. I have to watch it. It's 1 season, isn't it? Yeah, I'll watch that.
I think it's like 12 episodes. You should watch Firefly. You'll love it, mate. You'll absolutely love it. The dialogue is brilliant. The acting is brilliant. And then they finish it off with a movie. What better way to do it? Yeah, so Serenity, that's the movie of Firefly. But watch Firefly first. Because Serenity is a sequel.
So it's 12 episodes and then the film?
Yes.
So they did the film to finish it off?
Yeah, because the show got cancelled. Fox cancelled.
So they did the film to conclude the story?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so glad they did that.
Oh, mate, you wouldn't be disappointed with either. The show is amazing. It's made by Joss Whedon, so it's Buffy director.
Okay.
Or Buffy creator.
When was it released? The 90s?
Oh yeah, 90s, definitely 90s.
Okay.
Late 90s though. No, actually.
Okay.
No, Firefly was early 2000s.
Okay.
Have a look.
Oh.
Firefly was because Firefly was after Buffy. Well, it wasn't after Buffy finished. Firefly, American drama series, 2002. So it was very early. 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 1
season in 2002, and then they topped it off with a movie in a few years later.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they came back and did the film. Serenity was 2005, so yeah.
Did they use all the same actors and characters?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
The whole cast came back. There were no swap outs or anything.
Okay, all right, then I'm on it.
They expanded the world. Oh yeah, 12 episodes, mate. You'll be done in a few days.
Apply for it.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal show.
Okay.
We just recently rewatched it with my lad, and he said this show is incredible. I said it is fantastic.
It's the first time he's seen it.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. No, I highly recommend that. But yeah,
I'm looking forward.
But then you've got to get through For All Mankind.
I know. I've got until the 27th of March. I know. I've got it all planned out.
So it's on my schedule. Yeah.
I might do both concurrently. We'll see. We'll see.
Why not?
Because I think we all could do with a good TV show, right?
Oh God, yeah.
This thing actually it hurts you. I never ever thought a show could hurt my brain because I just wouldn't allow it to. This thing somehow gets the depths of your thinking and it screws you over. It's like, again, I reverted back to my other stance. I literally watched the whole show with that same expression, like that. I was like this, and I didn't even I didn't even show. Well, I mean, I can't watch myself, and I don't know, but I don't think there was a movement. There wasn't even a second of any reaction, negative or positive, because I just thought, I don't even know what I'm watching.
No.
It's so, and again, I just, out of curiosity, I don't know why I do this. I went on the Facebook pages. They are blowing smoke out of this show's re-end like something you wouldn't believe.
It's just bots,
It
mate.
is. I just the comments though, whether they're written by bots or people that are paid to say to intelligent people, to say to intelligent people, it's so layered and it's got so much depth, and we so relate to the characters. Do you think we are stupid? And I was just about to comment. I thought, you know what? I don't want to be hunted by pitchforks at the moment.
You will, yeah. Facebook is an absolute...
I've got done tons of times. I've been thrown out of a group as well. I got thrown out of a group by just simply saying I don't like Discovery. That's all I said.
Yeah.
I actually praised all Trek. I gave them a history about when I started watching it, everything. And I said Discovery. I said I could just about cope with seasons 1, season 2, because I actually liked the introduction of Pike and his crew. And we thought that was going to lead to something quite special. But I'm sorry, after watching this, how the story ended in season 3, I said that is going to be the worst writing in TV history. Obviously, Academy comes along after it at that time, and I got thrown out. Because I broke the rules, because I couldn't have an opinion.
You are a naughty boy. You can't have that opinion in Facebook groups. Don't you know they are echo chambers? And that's the thing. They're echo chambers. It's UKTM. You're more resilient. This Bruce video said episode 8 broke him. I've not finished watching that yet. I started earlier, while I was breaking from Requiem. Marrow Botter. Thanks for keeping the reviews coming at greatest personal sanity cost. You made possible to watch Kurtzman Trek without the acid reflux. That's a super chat for $40. My friend, you don't need to keep doing that. Thank you so much, though. That's very much appreciated. Very well received. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who helps me with this therapy session every Friday. You know, I do.
To be honest, you have had a couple of your probably funniest moments doing this show. You have, and you've not been able to stop laughing. So there is that. If you want to look for a silver lining, there is that. I remember the one about her suit. You just could not stop laughing, and that was infectious. And I couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious. I think you were in pain from the laughter, so it was a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. So look, there's a silver lining, and the fact is, you know what's I think even more important, by doing what you've done and bringing, building this community, you know that you're not alone. You know that there are other like-minded people who think exactly the way you do.
Yeah.
And that is why I got attached to your show, because I didn't know you guys at all. I didn't know. I was just, obviously it comes up as part of my algorithm that obviously I've looked at Star Trek videos. So then all of a sudden I see this. What's this? And I joined in, and that was it. And I thought, they're actually thinking the way I do. And that was it. And it's nice. So there's that we're not alone. We're a community that we're like-minded. Yeah, we might have slightly different opinions about certain things, but essentially I think we are of the same kind of opinion that what was happened to something we loved. But listen, DM, I can see you're tired. I think maybe you should.
It's I mean, to be fair, I was gonna call it.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel bad now. So please
call it a day in 5 minutes time. We will call it a day in 5 minutes. Promise people. Okay, so how can I put this? When I'm reviewing Strange New Worlds, I get a lot of hate. I'm not gonna lie, on my channel, on comments, and I say a lot. It's usually, I don't know, 10% bad, negative comments. And then I get ones that are held for review, which is where people say naughty words and stuff. And a lot of people defend that show. And I think, well, all right, but yeah, I still don't agree with you. I think you're wrong. I think it's a really bad show. I have had, across all 8 videos, probably 5 comments. Not counting the trolls that come by. 5 comments that have praised this show. Across the 8 videos. I've had almost no one just shouting out randomly that I'm a twat. I've had no one sort of, this might be interesting for people. Okay, so let's go for let's just go for one random video on Strange New Worlds. Let's just do, I don't know, 1.5 thousand views. There you go. 1.5 thousand views on Strange New Worlds. Let's go to the analytics, and let's see, like to dislike ratio on engagement. Okay, so that's about 1,000 views. We've got 242 to 10 dislikes on that one. Let's go for, I want to try and find something a little bit higher. Let's go for 1.3 thousand views on the whatever video that is. Let's go to engagement. My channel has actually got quite a high like to dislike ratio. So I hover around 97% like to dislike ratio. That's pretty good for a channel my size.
Brilliant.
On one of these videos, it took 6.5 hours for me to get a dislike on my video, and I think I hit 2,000 views.
Nice.
It's
That's good.
It's crazy. Now the latest one, the latest video has been very interesting. It's been really interesting because it's just shy of 5,000 views now.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's absolutely crazy. Oh no, it has reached 5,000 views.
Hey.
Okay, so it's currently sitting at 5,001 views. just the one there for the sake of it. Like to dislike ratio 98.3%.
Hey.
That's 465 likes to 8 dislikes. Now that's not that's not me bragging. Oh, my video, look how great it is. That's Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
They only win on this social media. They don't win on YouTube.
Mm.
They don't bother on YouTube, to be fair.
Good point.
I mean, some of the comments have been brilliant. I read one out earlier.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which was really, it was kind of nice, but it was the nicest get a life I've ever had.
Yeah, I think it was. It wasn't. I don't think it was meant in a derogatory way.
I don't think it was nasty at all. But
no, I don't think it was.
So newest comments. Let's go for some of the newest ones. I've not read these yet. Why is it? Yeah, why didn't the captain also experience 17 years on the planet, or did she sit in reception for 2 weeks?
That's a good one.
I like that one.
Oh God, we saw the feet again, didn't we, in this episode?
Oh God, yeah. I really enjoyed Robert Picardo's performance telling of his own grief and trauma and the Voyager backstory. It stands alone next to the rest of that mess. Yeah, the performance wasn't too bad. I think the fact of the matter is that it's the fact that it's in there in the first place. Tarima had a childhood, so why was she glitching? I don't get that one. Just start with, yep, it gets worse. This one's shit too, yep. Okay, so you have to watch, but my dogs love it. Star Trek Tilly Tubbies. Just more for the youth. Some of the other comments, ones that I've responded to. Sorry I had to watch it. Thank you for your service. Won't watch this crap anymore. Yep. Maybe this is proof that the writers don't use AI. From one quick prompt in Copilot, Sahil brushes his teeth with a 32nd century sonic hygiene device, not a bristled toothbrush. The prop is consistent with long established Trek. Trek tech. Oh, this was in the Discovery episode, for fuck's sake. Oh, crikey. Yeah. People aren't liking this show. They hate it. They hate this show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. I just had a quick thought about that stupid toothbrush. I don't recall seeing a toothbrush in any of the True Trek. I might be wrong. I can't recall it. I don't remember anyone talking about or seeing them with a toothbrush. Again, I could be wrong, but I just can't recall.
I would assume there would be something like a dermal regenerator for teeth.
Yeah. Yes.
It would literally be a gum with a beam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a fucking gummy. Jesus. Here they made a TV show from the movie The Burbs, which I loved. You guys watch it? Is it safe to watch? I wouldn't, because chances are it's not written by anyone who gives a shit. You'd have heard Frakes in Vegas defending the horrid Roddenberry parody episode. It was so cringe. Why would you even defend that? It was awful. Roddenberry says Shatner can't act. It's the worst episode in the franchise. Yeah. Checks out. Tim Russ is an ex-lunatic. Picardo also has a feud with John Del Arroz, YouTuber. It's hilarious. Oh, Tim Russ on X. Wow, he's a bit bonkers.
I'll stay away from it. So just don't want to know anymore. To me, I just want to know the characters. I've got to the point where I don't care about them as people. I'm saying this with the greatest respect. I retract that. I'm not saying I don't care for them as people. I'm saying I don't care about their lives. I don't.
Yes.
I've gone past that. I used to be very interested in what they were, where they come from, what they've done, what other interests they got, and I thought they don't even know who I am. Why am I bothering? I learned that the hard way, going through conventions and some of the arrogance of some of these people.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm just thinking, I'm just watching you on a TV show, and that goes with anything, not just Star Trek. Anything I watch now, I'm just interested in the character. I couldn't care less what you do in your personal life, because it's your business. It's not mine. I don't care.
I don't care about your political stance. I don't care.
No.
You do work for charities. Great, go ahead.
Yeah,
more power to you. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'll say you're a good person. You've done some wonderful things. What a great individual. What a great human. Yeah. But if you're going on X and going, I give to charity, and what do you do? No, fuck off. Not interested.
No, then to me that actually makes me feel that you're not a good person, because you're actually having to make a point about it. Yeah. The people that do charity work tend not to say that they do.
In fact, it's reported that they do by other people.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Do you know
what?
He's one of my favourite human beings.
Okay, I take that statement back. He's one person I would be interested in, because he's just a beautiful soul, just an amazing human being, and actually that does interest me. So he's an exception to the rule. The stuff that you see and hear him doing, oh my goodness, I can't. It warms your heart, doesn't it? And you think, what he's done for people that have, the people that don't earn so much on the sets, buying them watches, buying them motorbikes, helping. I think one person he helped with a complete house because they were struggling. Then what he does he goes and sits and talks to people who haven't got homes. He travels by public transport, all of this good stuff.
Yeah.
And you think that is a real human being.
He's just a human being.
There you go.
And he's not up his own arse.
No.
Any single actor or actress that thinks they're the most important person in the world, go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Jamie Ives says, "Evening all." Well, we were about to say good night here, Jamie, but hopefully you catch the rewatch. And I do apologise once again to everybody for not being here and not letting you know that I wasn't going to be here on time or anything like that. I really didn't know. It was literally up to the wire. I don't even think I even messaged you, Gooner. I was literally in a cave all day.
You were requieming it.
I requiemed the hell out of that game, and I wanted to avoid any human contact as much as possible.
And I'm so happy for you because you've wanted to play this game for ages and you've done it.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing to apologise about, mate. Nothing to apologise about.
No, I appreciate that. I do not understand how any sound technician flagged that Holly Hunter is incomprehensible. Which in the first episode when she goes, "Oh, you're here, the franchise." To be fair, I honestly think with that particular line, she was actually saying, "I can't speak without my dentures." No word of a lie. It's what it sounds like. Just, I can't speak without my dentures. Because there's something around the centres, but I think it's dentures.
I'm not going to watch it back because I refuse to watch any of that back.
I don't know. It's what it sounds like to me.
I
can't talk without my dentures.
I wouldn't be surprised, Ian, if you're absolutely right about that. But you know, even Batzoid starts. Doesn't she not sound like her now? Especially in this episode. Even Batzoid is starting to sound a bit like that, the way she was speaking. I'm like,
Batzoid?
Whatever her name is. You know, Betazoid.
Oh, Betazoid. Yeah. Everybody's starting to speak like this. Because genuinely, I think it was one of Holly Hunter's stipulations, is that I got these sensors and it was difficult to talk, so could you get everybody else to make the same sounds so it's just like everybody's talking like this, please?
Yes,
and that's all it was.
She is actually speaking like that now. Yeah. I noticed. I thought, oh, God, now you're sounding like her. Next, you'll be taking her shoes off.
Everybody does. Episode 5 makes my blood boil, says Jamie Ives. Yeah, well, I think episode 5 made everyone's blood boil.
Is that the Sam one?
It's the San Francisco. Yeah.
Is it?
Gooner, Christian Bale this week on the red carpet quipped and asked fans not to meet him because they'd be disappointed, given they'd expect him to be a hero and he's not. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Christian Bale, to be fair, from what I've seen, I wouldn't really want to meet Christian Bale anyway. Not it for the same reason. I mean, I just know I wouldn't get along with him. You just know. But you know, there's plenty of actors I don't think I'd get along with. Before closing the stream, come on, okay, DM, do a bit of Pelia.
Close it with Pelia. Close the stream with Pelia. Perfect.
Oh my God.
Go on. Call it, babe. Call it.
Right, I'm calling it now. That is the end of this edition of 10 Forward. I have to go. I'm so tired. It's been 12 hours.
Come on, give us a couple of Pelia words.
12 hours. Okay, that's fine. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to an evening in 10 Forward. It has been such a delight to have you all here. It has been like doing LSD, and it has been so much fun. I perhaps need to do some LSD. Don't forget to like the stream and like the videos and doing all the YouTube things, please. Just make sure that you're all going to have lots of fun, because we got to have the fun. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already hit the subscribe button.
I can't believe how much you sound like her. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's traumatizing for everybody. Oh dear. You turned into a wrinkled old woman. Got this as a promo video for the channel.
That was brilliant. That impression was super. When you did the subscribe, oh, that was brilliant. I lost it then. That was so good. Well done, mate. Well, round of applause.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you very much. Right, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
thank
this
you,
little
Gooner,
cameo.
for popping on. It was brilliant.
Pleasure.
And hopefully we'll get back on normal time next week.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm going to say adios and goodbye. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit the like button. We're nearly at 30 likes, so thank you very much. And take care of yourselves. And until next week, this is UKDM and Pelia saying goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. It's so nice to see